whole week before Derby, there were some strange things that happened. Just, and then you look back at it now, and probably normally we wouldn't have looked at it that way. Saturday morning of Derby, we went fishing before Derby. We never do that. We always go. It's always mad rush working on the car to get ready to go. We got up that morning. He goes, "You want to go fishing?" So him and I went fishing. Then the morning of Derby, and then we got the car loaded. Then the morning of Derby, normally in the pits, all the guys in our little group, they all parked together, and we each had a canopy. And usually everybody's working on cars all morning, working on cars. They didn't. They put the two Derby canopies together, and everybody sat around and visited for almost 2 hours. All these guys sat under this tent just visiting. I mean, it was really weird. And then there was a girl lined up to drive his car in the powder puff, if there was anything left after the main. And she'd never driven one, and she had shorts on, and she had to change into jeans. And I said, "Tom, come talk to her. She's really nervous." So he comes over there and sits there and looks at her and grins, and he says, "Have fun. That's all you have to do is have fun." And he goes, "But don't change your clothes. You got plenty of time before you're going to need to be dressed." So it was almost weird things to me that he had a gut feeling something was going to happen. And I don't know if it's just because I look back on it now or what, but to me he had an idea something was going to happen. He had told his brother the night before that this was his last Derby. How much pain did you have?
I heard. It was just burning. I do remember yelling in the car, "It's getting a little warm in here." I do remember Jer reaching his hand through and the fire was going, him trying to get the harness off. I look at it and I can sit here and think, and I draw a blank. Why I didn't reach down to unbuckle and try to get out of it. I know I froze like that, which that's going to stop a heck of a lot, but I do not know, other than it was hot. Well, I knew it wasn't going to be a spray and wash under the bench and go home from paramedics. I would not have guessed it was probably as bad as it actually panned out to be.
Did you ever think that was the end?
No, I didn't think it was burnt that bad. I knew I had been burnt, but I didn't have any close to the clue that it was that close to being the end. I do believe it was too close to the end to try again. I mean, yes, I believe a freak accident. That, I mean, as being in this burn unit for as long as I was, there's some goofy things that people end up burnt from. And I ain't saying mine's goofy. We're out there having fun. It's just an odd occurrence. What can I mean, I've seen them catch fire before, dump a gas can over, get hit, the gas can goes over, and I've seen the whole car ignite. But not that often. From what I've heard, somehow the transmission line got a hole in it, and it was spraying probably 400 degree plus transmission fluid up the front, and then afterwards that ignited. I don't know why it ignited. The only thing I can guess is the transmission line ended up with a hole in it from where either went through the floor or it ended up rubbing against something to get a hole. And why the whole wall of flames came out, I do not know. That's why I was guessing a fuel line leak to boot, but that's, possible. I don't know. I don't know how I would have handled it if my wife asked. How would have I handled it if, I made it in, would have finished there, fixed the car up, had time to get the car ready to go, and let the woman driver in there, and it happened to her. I don't, it makes you wonder on whether you should actually offer to do that or not. I mean, I don't know how I would have living with if I would have burnt somebody else that bad. Not that it would have been me, but it was my car. Don't know why it happened. It just happened.